Women. You ruin it. Ruin everything. Can't say that.
No.
Clip that.
Clip that. Delete that. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Big smiles.
Go on. You take the stage.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Boxing 365 with Dan and with Tom. I'm Tom. For another episode or feature of Next Card in the Deck. This one is a show by Mr. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. Will be held in the beautiful city of Newcastle. For anyone who's not been there, you'll not know I'm lying. With Murtazaliev and Josh Kelly for the IBF World Super Welterweight title.
Very good.
That's right.
That was a good start. Yeah.
May as well roll on.
We roll on.
For anyone who wants to know why we're blagging it at this point, it's because we were about 10 minutes into the recording and a technical issue happened.
Yeah.
My sister, his wife-to-be, car won't move. And instead of her just dealing with it, she rang in some mad panic and he had to deal with it. And now he's stressed and angry about it. So I apologise if for this episode he's sad.
I'm not going to be sad. I've calmed down now.
So, talk us through it. Go on.
Well, it feels a bit like deja vu, but Murtazaliev's got a bit of ring rust, is where we started.
It is.
About just over a year out the ring now. So, how it will affect him, whether it affects him, really, I suppose. But he's had 2 good wins before this time off, particularly the last win over Tim Tszyu, where he looked dominant and stopped him early.
Was it the first round?
No, he knocked him down in the first round. I think he knocked him down 3 times in the first round, but I think he stopped him in the third.
I'll tell you.
Can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure stopped him in the third round. He knocked him down 3 times in the first round.
It was dominant. It was dominant, yeah.
But before that, his fight with Jack Kulke, however you might pronounce it,
Kulke.
that was much closer.
Yeah, it was.
And it was only I think, to be honest, Kulke sort of wore himself out. He was busy.
You tend to see that, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, being able to fight at that sort of pace, there's not many fighters out there that can do it for 12 championship rounds.
Yeah,
obviously, me and you have got a lot of experience doing that.
Yeah.
And we can throw 9, 10 punch combinations 15 times around for 12 rounds. 15 rounds in sparring, but obviously sparring.
Yeah, of course. Anyway.
We also said that the win against Tim Tszyu maybe hasn't aged that well because obviously Tim Tszyu since had another loss where he retired on his stool, seemingly quit. So it's interesting. I would say that going into it, despite the bookies' odds, for me, Murtazaliev's quite a big favourite.
You think?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I actually feel like Josh Kelly's probably got an alright chance of beating him.
Okay.
I feel like, from what I have seen of Murtazaliev, he's fairly one-dimensional. He pretty much just walks at you and just tries to punch your head off.
Yeah, he's a boxer puncher, isn't he? He's a pressure fighter, not particularly high volume.
Yeah, and I think that somebody like Josh Kelly, who's, his footwork's good, defensively, especially when he fought, I think it was Ishmael Davis, where
Wembley.
There was a good amount of time in that fight where he just wasn't getting hit, just couldn't touch him. And I sort of think, if he fights like that,
loads of things beeping,
staying out his way, keeping his head out of Murtazaliev's way, I genuinely think he could. It might not. It might be a fairly not boring, but not a sort of fireworks display. But I feel like it'd be an intelligent way to beat Murtazaliev, and I feel like if he could quite easily do that for plenty of rounds. It's just whether the same sort of thing that happened to Kulke happens to Josh Kelly, and he gets tired of being on his bike, tries to trade, and gets stopped.
So this is my biggest concern with regards to Josh Kelly. So Josh Kelly and Murtazaliev, neither of them at this point have spent huge amounts of time with elite competition.
No.
Right? Murtazaliev's best win is Tim Tszyu. Again, we've already spoke about the fact we don't know how good that win is really. Josh Kelly's best win, probably Ishmael Davis.
Yeah. He fought Ishmael Davis. His most recent fight was Flavius Beer or something.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
He didn't offer anything,
really.
Let's be honest.
Stopped him in the first round. Didn't look all that.
He's
Other than
lost.
that, Troy Williamson, he beat was it the British?
He did,
National?
but
That
that
was a
was
while ago as well. Now,
a while ago. That was while Troy was boiled down at horrible weights.
yeah,
So again, it's hard to make that judgment, and it's always hard because again, fighters go through peaks and troughs. What I was going to get to is that obviously he was fed to David Avanesian a little bit too early. He lost that fight.
yeah,
The thing is that what we can look at is Tim Tszyu as a fighter has beat better opponents than Josh Kelly. Okay, run with me on this.
yeah,
Proved himself at a fringe, if not world level, by winning the world title.
yeah,
Okay, Murtazaliev dismantled him. Tim Tszyu was tough up until that point. Now Tim Tszyu has again. It's hard to measure because he seemingly is.
lost a bit of love.
Yeah, Josh Kelly hasn't spent anywhere near any time at world level. Murtazaliev has proven is at that level. The last time we seen Josh Kelly in a tough fight was Ishmael Davis, where yes, he did stay out of the way in a relatively boring fight for 9, 10 rounds.
Mm.
As soon as that engine dropped, because it happens, it got to him and he was hurt for
Yeah,
3 rounds. My concern with Josh is as much as I think he's brilliant and I'd love another English world champion, whether it be the first round, the third round, the fifth round, unless something's changed, I just worry Murtazaliev will get to him.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. I think if he can slow him down
Yeah,
or
100%.
catch him in a corner or whatever, or even if it's just his pressure is just too much
Yeah,
and Josh Kelly can't get out of the way of him,
yeah.
then I feel like he probably will just yeah,
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because you know that a fighter can't be on the back foot for the whole fight. Very, very rarely. I mean, we never see it. Even someone like a Shakur and a Floyd Mayweather, they weren't on their bike.
mm,
They're just very cute with regards to defensive, using the shoulder rolls, that sort of thing. Josh Kelly hasn't got that side of his game as much. He's a little bit more slick, a little bit more back foot fighter, someone similar to like a Sonny Edwards, for argument's sake, obviously much bigger. Um, so game plan wise, it's always tough. Do you try and outbox and stay out of the way for 12 rounds, which we know is tough, and burn yourself out? Or do you go in there early, try and get a bit of respect from Murtazaliev, prove you've got a bit of power, to hopefully, in turn, mean Murtazaliev puts a little bit less pressure on, giving you the opportunity to sort of spread through the 12 rounds. It's an intriguing fight. I absolutely 100% team Josh Kelly.
mm. I think it heavily
I'm also
depends.
team Mansfield Town, and we lose a lot.
It also heavily
That's not
depends
fair on
on
Mansfield.
how Murtazaliev comes back from this time out of the ring
Yeah, oh,
because
this is
he
so
could look
awful.
awful. He could look or he could look like he's never not missed a beat sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Like you say, I think the levels that they fought at is clearly different, but only re- only really in that one fight.
Yeah.
I'm Cool K's good, but
Yeah, he's good.
Zoo's a notable name. But other than that, they're probably in a fairly similar boat, in my opinion. Anyway, my opinion. And like I say, I think if Josh Kelly can fight a clever fight, stay out his way, not be overwhelmed by the pressure, that's his best chance at winning.
Yeah.
And it's
And not
just
overtrade.
yeah,
Be
yeah,
willing maybe to stand in them pockets, but understand when you're in your pocket, there are times where getting out might not be a bad idea.
yeah.
Good fight, I'm excited.
Now, in terms of yeah, I know you said Murtazaliev's probably a favourite going in, regardless of what is formally written down. There's opportunities for unification in the division. Actually, on the same night, Abbas Baru and Xander Zayas are fighting, unifying the belts
Good
in that
fight.
division.
Germany
So
v Puerto Rico.
there'll be fights out there, and yeah, depending what Murtazaliev wants to do, could or Kelly if he wins, of course, could go and look for more belts. But there's something about the fact that I know it happens, but something about the fact that Murtazaliev's been out of the ring for over a year that makes me think he might not be that. I don't know. I don't know all the politics, and I'm sure somebody will tell me. Oh, actually, he's been injured, something like that. But
God, you really have got upset by this whole Fiat 500 debacle, haven't you?
but yeah, maybe there's not enough desire there
Okay.
to go and pick up other
Okay.
belts.
It's
Who
always
knows?
tough. Like you say, we don't know the politics, but good luck to both men. And I'll give you my prediction later.
Nice. Um, next on the card is Josh Padley and get rid of this Jawad, I think Belmedi, for the EBU vacant EBU European Super Featherweight title.
EBU titles are always fucking vacant. No one ever owns one. I've got another issue, by the way, with interim belts. Callum Smith, David Morrell, has gone to purse bids for an interim belt.
Hmm.
Anyway, don't want to
Anyway.
talk about that. Sorry.
Anyway, but
Belmedi,
yeah,
Padley.
Balmedi Padley 17-1-0. Obviously, his loss quite famously coming to Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Who's
also fighting on this weekend.
Who is also fighting on this weekend? Yeah.
Not in Newcastle.
In a strange way, I think, like a lot of fighters I've come to like, I feel like taking that fight, taking that opportunity, his stock rose. For those whatever it was, is it 6th round or the 9th round? Remember that he got stopped.
9th.
For
round.
those 9 rounds of trying to slug it out with an elite
100%.
world champion, I thought,
100%.
yeah, fair play. This fight, Balmedi, he's 22-2-3. One of his losses, or his first loss, and the only time he's been stopped, Balmedi, was by Gary Cully in October 2022. Don't like to talk about Gary because
I love Gary. He's back out.
Is he?
Yeah, he's on the Pierce O'Leary card, the Jazza Dickens, Anthony Kakachi card.
Is he? That's not far away, actually.
It's not.
Yeah, so he's been stopped before. He's also lost, actually, August of 2025, he lost to Zucan.
Really?
Really?
Zucan's still fighting?
He is still fighting.
Oh, I
So,
like Zucan.
So I think maybe that's an indicator of the sort of level that Belmedi's at. I mean, we've seen where Gary Cully was at and what's sort of happened
Yeah.
there. A couple of losses to opponents that if you'd have thought of where he was going, you thought he might be.
Yep.
And also more recently, I lost to Zucan, who since his loss to Lee Wood hasn't really done.
Oh,
much of anything.
I thought he died.
Yeah.
I thought they'd knocked him out, took him away,
just gone,
disappeared into the abyss.
Well, he has been around. I think he's lost a couple of fights since the Lee Wood fight.
Not sure.
I think he's lost 4 now.
Has he?
I think so.
Poor guy.
But this is what I'm saying is that it's not Belmedi has lost to him, and he lost to Gary Cully. So I'm just trying to piece together how this fight is going to go for Josh Padley, and ultimately I think it's I've gone and won a European title, which is, as far as I can tell, he's not done before.
No, he's not.
So
no, he's not done. No.
That's going to be quite a big achievement for Josh Padley.
This is, for me, it's a far less difficult fight than the Bellotti fight, even on paper. This guy's clearly there to be beaten. It's okay. It's fine. We saw against Bellotti that Padley's probably got a ceiling to his ability.
Yeah.
Which is fine, by the way. I think he's going to win the European. There's been quite a lot of talk about the Bellotti rematch because of how close the first fight was. Reece Bellotti's always wanted to win a European title. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's that.
You say it was close. Everybody saw it close except for the judges, because there was like a 90. There was like a 90. I can't remember what it was. There was some terrible swings in that one where it was like that just doesn't look right.
I like Reece Bellotty and I like Josh Padley. I saw it close, and I don't think the judges gave enough credit to Reece and the work he did. But it was a scrappy fight. I've not.
It wasn't the best on the eyes.
No, and I've not watched it back either. So I can't say that I've watched it. Have you? What did you score it the second time? Similar.
Slightly closer for Josh Padley, but you see kind of what they want you to see.
Yeah, of course they do.
Well,
you've got to unplug the commentary, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'd put down. I'm in no way writing Belmedi off, but I've put down that I think Josh Padley will beat him. I don't really have any doubt about that.
100%.
Which sounds strange to say, but he's ranked. Josh Padley is ranked well with the WBA. I think he's like ranked 5th or something like that.
He's high.
He's quite highly ranked.
Well, he won the WBA international title, didn't he? Which is obviously a ranking belt. I always wondered what. No, I'm going to. Sorry, carry on.
But this is what I was going to say is that obviously we have got Jazz Dickens, who's the WBA world champion, and he's fighting Anthony Kakachi coming up. So if
I'm not going to give any more criticism, by the way,
if Josh Padley can go and win this fight and he's still well ranked and it's an easy fight to make, then you might end up seeing Josh Padley fighting a winner for a world title at some point. Whether that's deserved, You'd probably argue
I'm not
perhaps not, but that depends on the rest of the landscape, doesn't it?
absolutely,
Who's there at Super Feather? So
and I'm not getting involved in any arguments about Anthony Kakachi anymore because the last time I called Anthony Kakachi, I got a barrage of abuse off some clearly passionate Anthony Kakachi fans. He's
probably
got an
deserved it.
amazing resume.
You probably did deserve
No, he fucking hasn't.
it. Yeah. So
No, it's a good fight. In all fairness, it's a good fight. I really like Josh Padley. Love the story. I think he's capable. How good he is, I think we've probably seen some of them levels, but he's still learning. This is only his third fight since turning full time. European title. What an honour.
yeah, absolutely. And
What
like
an
I say,
honour.
I think because he's not won that, it's going to mean a lot to him. And
And I'll be
if
happy to see him win it.
that's as far as he goes, that's as far as he goes. But I think they will try to chuck him in there
100%.
with somebody
They'll
else.
try and match him smart because he brings a good crowd as
I
well, doesn't
think
he?
they should. But moving on from that, we've got the return of Elif Nur Turhan, who was
She's
only
only just been
I
out.
know, I know, and she's fighting Taylor Genson, obviously defending her IBF World Lightweight title.
That's madness.
Um, I know when the Beatrice Ferreira fight was happening, I remember reading up on Turhan and going, "Wow, that's a lot of knockouts. You don't see that very often in female boxing."
Not at all.
And yeah, she's 12-0 now with 8 knockouts. Obviously, most recently Beatrice Ferreira, which is huge, really.
That's a massive statement.
Yeah,
That is, yeah.
that is a really
It's a huge
really big
statement.
statement. But I watched it back, and I was watching her to see like, okay, what's she got? And it is just an absolute crushing right hand.
Yeah.
Really, that's it, isn't it? You said
I said
she's like Deontay
she's a
Wilder.
female Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Boxing Updates did a post the other day, and I was actually meant to comment, and she referred to her as the female's Deontay Wilder,
Mm.
and I was like, I wonder if she got that from us. And if she did, I copyrighted it.
Well, I think it's fair to say, and yeah, I mean, obviously, she's got so much power. She's clearly tough enough that she's not afraid to get hit either because, Ferreira, from what you could tell from her fights previously, is used to being a bit of a bully and used to being the one on the front foot and the one
Yeah.
causing the damage. And it was the complete other way around. But because Duran was confident in her own power and also not really worried about getting hit by the looks of it,
Yeah.
it didn't look the best.
No, it wasn't. It
Um,
wasn't. It wasn't like super clean or anything
no,
like that.
it wasn't a refined performance. But I suppose there's always the possibility that that's coming. If abilities and
It's
you
like
can,
Fabio Wardley, isn't it?
yeah,
To beat Fabio Wardley, as he says, is you need 12 rounds.
mm,
For him to beat you, needs a second, needs one
yeah,
punch. And
yeah,
Elif Turan seemingly has that. I think the only way that anyone's going to realistically beat her is be phenomenally good on the back foot. Someone like a Caroline Dubois, for argument's sake. I know
yeah.
we've spoke about that as a fight. Or
A really tough chin.
someone who's willing to stand there and go, I think you can punch,
Yeah,
and just sort of have it out with her,
yeah,
which would make a phenomenal fight, by the way, and I'd be very much up for it. But yeah, no, I love the activity. Signed with Matchroom. She's back out. Let's keep it going.
yeah. And her opponent Taylor Genson, she's 8-1. Sorry, she's got 3 knockouts. She's a little bit older. She's 35. A little bit older than Turan. She's 35. And she's Australian. She was very active in 2025. She had 3 fights.
It's good.
Yeah, I know. I thought that. You know, keep him
Decent,
busy.
decent level, or
Well, that was where it sort of
took a
slips
nosedive.
up a bit. I think not really at a particularly notable level. I think you're looking at sort of domestic level opponents in and around Australia,
Yeah,
but especially seeing what Turan has just done to a
proven
world
world.
champion
Yeah,
who'd
exactly.
been a
Yeah,
world champion since a fifth fight, who defended it God knows how many times, not looking particularly good.
been
But
fed to wolves here, aren't she? A little bit.
yeah, a little bit. But you never know whether there's you know the right game plan, the right fighter could be your kryptonite. So
Of course you can.
it'll
Yeah,
be interesting to see what happens. But realistically, the way Turan's progressing, chances are this is going to be a second knockout in the space of like
a
50
day.
days.
Crazy that. Love
Um,
that.
and yeah, it's then what does Turan aim for? She'll be in prime position whether people want to fight her for one of the other champions at that weight division. You know, we've got Dubois, we've got Terry Harper, we've got Stephanie Han as well.
Terry Harper's got a relationship with Matchroom previously. Obviously, I know that I think she's a free agent at the minute, but she
Yeah.
has been with Matchroom.
There's fights there, and I think
How'd I see that fight? Donny Dome.
you know the other thing that I was going to say is that you see him more and more, especially. I don't want to talk about it, but the Jake Paul AJ, there was loads of brilliant women's boxing on there, and world titles, and
Yeah.
not fighters who are avoiding other people. You know, good fighters fighting good fighters. So I wonder whether Turan. I'm not sure who she's represented by.
Matchroom.
Is it much?
She's just signed with them. Like
Whether there's any, I don't know, whether there's any opportunity to fight.
Terry Harper's with MVP now.
We'll see. Well, Dubois is
They all are.
as well. That's what I'm going to say. Is that I don't think
Why don't Turan just fight men?
I don't think MVP will be scared to make fights
No, not all.
with people like Duran, and I could see that one of those fights will be, if not next, this very close.
Oh,
You know,
within
very
before
close.
pre-summer, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It's gonna be
So
good. It's gonna be good. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Do you know what? She's
yeah.
exciting to watch.
I should also point out, again, not writing off Taylor Genson in any way, she was also ranked in the top 10 in a couple of the governing bodies.
So she's a world ranked
So
opponent.
she's world ranked, but this is what I'm saying is when you look at the fighters she's fought, you sort of don't necessarily see that she's
Proven at that.
proven at that level
Yeah.
yet. But again, she's ranked well, which is obviously how she's got this fight. So whether there's a bit more than meets the eye. So
Maybe.
we'll see.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. And then for the rest of the card, I'm not going into excessive detail because there's not loads of other fighters on the card. But just to mention a couple, we've got Leo Tang, who's back out, who was last out on the Richards Aziz card
In
in
Ghana.
Ghana, where he had another
Beating people.
demolition, which I'm assuming. I don't think he's got an opponent for this one again.
No, it'll probably
Confirmed at the minute. So
It'll be someone of something.
yeah, we've got Bradley Casey as well, who's out for his 4th pro bout now, I
He's
think.
fought on everyone's platform, by the way.
Is he?
He's fought on the Boxer card. He's fought on a Queensberry card, now on a Matchroom card.
Has he?
Yeah, he's fought all sorts of
Are you
guys.
sure? I swear he's been on all the same cards as
No.
a Tang.
Nah, he's been everywhere.
All right. And then we've got a pro debut for Kieran McDonald as well.
Okay with that?
Yeah,
You can
he's
say I'm okay.
I had a look. I'm pretty sure his amateur career spans back to 2015, something like that. So he's been around the amateurs quite a while now. I think in 2022 he can't remember if he won a gold or silver medal at the Commonwealth, something like that.
Good.
Which
Good
is
amateur
pretty good. But I think more recently he lost in the Olympics qualifying. So I imagine that's probably what's
Turned him
tipped him
pro.
towards becoming a pro. But yeah,
Exciting
I
times.
think he in the amateurs he fought as a flyweight as well. So
I like.
addition
Yeah.
to.
What weight's this fight at? Do you know? Did it say?
I don't think I've got it down.
It's all right.
But
Makes no.
I'm pretty sure it is
In and around that
in and
weight
around
class.
those lower
Yeah.
classes. So yeah, so an interesting card with lots of interesting fights on it.
Very good card.
But time to go through the usual schedule, which is predicted winners. So from the top, Murtazaliev, Kelly.
Sorry. Murtazaliev.
Okay. Padley and Balmeri.
Padley.
Turan and Genson.
Turan.
I mean, we won't go into the others because Robocop normally has a problem with that. Oh, Robocop.
I know.
Robocop.
It's all right. I'll sort in a minute. Me and Romo are mates again.
Best fight of the night. One to watch.
I think it's got to be main event for this one. I think there's so many question marks. I think both of them want to really announce himself on the world scene. I think Murtazaliev's gone off the boil. It's intriguing how Kelly approaches it. It's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. Very excited.
Should be, yeah.
Very excited.
What about a rating?
God,
I think it's very good. I think it's got what's it got? 2 IBF world titles on it.
Look, is it a 10 out of 10? Is it a 9? Is it no? Is it an 8? Probably not. To be honest, I'm going to give it a card rating that is probably not going to correlate to what I just said, but I mean it in the nicest way. It's a 6. It is a good card of boxing.
Okay.
It's a good card of boxing. The main event's brilliant. You've got Elif Nur Turhan on there, who again, first world title defense, who is guaranteed to bring drama. the Padley Belhemi fight for me is a bit of a nothing fight. I know it's for the European title, but
Yeah, it's not a lot
it's
necessarily
not going
to
to
it,
be
is it?
no. And then the rest of the card's prospect. But actually, as you look at the overall card from a value perspective, it's a good value card.
Yeah,
It's a
I
very
think
good
so.
value card,
I think it's
and it's
probably like a 7. I think there's plenty on there,
all
but
right.
like you say, there's maybe not enough behind a couple of the fights. Not huge,
Yeah, yeah,
huge names.
no, absolutely.
Uh,
Because I like stories.
yeah,
I love stories in boxing. You know
and
what I
that
mean?
that just leaves us with the Rate the Robot, which we'll be relying on you for that one.
Yeah, I'm just getting on it now. Predict. Sorry, everyone.
No, this is all right. This is because usually or previously we used to get all of the data up on this laptop, but for whatever reason, sometimes ChatGPT just is not having it. So we're relying on Mr.
How
Thomas.
do you spell Belmedi?
Belmehdi.
Okay. Loading. So it's got the predicted winner of Kelly Murtazaliev. They've got Murtazaliev to win late round stoppage.
It's pretty consistent with
Yeah.
the Cool K fight and stick to
Clear
it.
winner Elif Nur Turhan. Expected knockout.
Yeah.
Josh Padley, dominant decision or late stoppage possibly.
Yeah. Followed the usual proceedings. I do feel like as far as it's terrible to say, but as far as events go, I feel like this is a fairly straightforward one to predict.
Yeah, 100%.
It feels that way.
The main event is good. It's 70 for me. It's a 70-30 Murtazaliev split. Kelly has the ability to beat him.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's going to be good enough in them deep waters late in that fight.
Guess we'll see.
Guess we will.
Right. Well, that does bring us to the end of this episode. Keep your eye out for the rest of the episodes over the weekend. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow us here. Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram.
We did it at the end again.
We did it at the end again. And we'll see you in the next episode where we're going to do all this at the start.
We're not. We'll forget.